The horrors of the Holocaust should never be forgotten. A photography exhibit at PSU showcasing what's left of Auschwitz may give people a better understanding of the atrocities of the concentration camps. KOIM's Bronte Sorotsky has more.
While the horrors of the Holocaust may seem like a distant part of history, it was less than a century ago. It's why some members of the Jewish community say they want to see more awareness.
Kids today, their parents, even their grandparents wouldn't necessarily have heard that much about it. So that's one important reason. I think we have to be reminded of one of these central episodes of the 20th century.
PSU's Bicknell Center is hosting a limited Auschwitz photography exhibit showing what remains of the camp. Photographer Orrin Henriksen says the photos taken in black and white depict brutal inhumanity. He claims these images are not meant to be documentary. It's his professional expression of impressions he made spending a week at Auschwitz camps 1 and 2.
Not a lot of people that physically witnessed this themselves are alive to tell their story. And just because they're not here to tell us that story doesn't mean that it needs to just disappear.
Tevero, a member of the United Hebrew Congregation, says it's something his family was always familiar with that was passed on to him.
I grew up in the shadow of World War II. My father was a veteran. My mother worked in a munitions factory. They had heard about what was going on in Germany and then in the occupied countries. So I grew up hearing about that. We're 80 years away.
Most striking was one of the final images in the exhibit, an entrance to the gas chambers.
Particularly one towards the end. Because most of them, they look like almost any other detention prisoner of war camp. But then you see the one with the doors to the gas chamber, and that tells you this is something different. This isn't just another version of man's inhumanity to man. This is a unique episode in world history.
In Pittsburgh, Bronte Sorotsky, KOAM News.
The Auschwitz photography exhibit will remain at the Bicknell Family Center for the Arts at PSU through June 30th.